Arrowfield Stud is renowned for creating breed-shaping champion sires, but it takes two to tango. And as Matt Hill explains, sometimes on stud farms, it's really all about the girls. Matt, it's a fabulous time of year, isn't it? Mid-spring, really, and the mares, you know, a lot of them still expectant mums and so many foals on the ground.
It's running at a fairly fast pace right now, Caroline. We're up to about 140 mares foals on the ground, and yeah, you can't really stop and think about it too much. You just got to get on with it.
And it's so important, I guess, you know, the mares that you have here, of your own mares, you know, when they're going to your stallions, to get them, you know, nice early sort of cover and get them so that the foal comes early the next season.
That's the game. Everyone's playing it, and we want early foals. There definitely seems to be a preference to those when they go around to yearlings and sold at sales. It's a pressure time. The covering season's about 100 days, and there's definitely pressure there, but in the end you have to work with Mother Nature, and you can only do so much.
And it's also about the stallions performing too. I mean, they really need to be able to get on with their job as well. How's it been going here at Arrowfield with all the boys?
Well, it's been going very well, but that's due to the organisational skills of our office team led by Michelle Nichols, who does a fabulous job of juggling keeps lots of plates spinning in the air and trying to keep everyone happy and get the mares flowing in a nice orderly fashion. But yes, it's a real pressure time for the horses, and Joe Hickey, our stallion manager, does a marvellous job with his team making sure the horses are kept in tip-top condition, and it's a real pressure time, but so far so good, Caroline.
Well, some lovely foals. I mean, Meanwhile, we had a look at her Shalar filly. She already has a Shalar colt, so obviously that's a nice type to have had the mare go back to Shalar, the son of Invincible Spirit, and just a fabulous filly, isn't she?
Yes, we obviously bred back to her on the strength of the first foal out, this lovely young mare. She's by Siuni, who's certainly making headlines in the Northern Hemisphere. We love the filly, and it's quite a current family, of course, with the recent headlines at Keeneland with the astronomical figure that filly that sold their made. So, you know, we hope that you know, this family, which has got Into Mischief, Beholder and Mendelssohn in it, we hope that it's very current and catch people's eyes when it comes to sales time.
And of course, your late great Redute's Choice. It's so lovely to see the last foals of the great champion sire. Mount Zero, she's a Northern Meteor mare from the Royal Academy Mare Beauty School, who won a Blue Diamond preview. A really leggy foal, very correct looking foal, and yeah, as I said, just great to see a Redute's.
He's so special on every account, obviously the last of his kind. The mare's doing a really good job, and it's so nice to have such a lovely colt out of this mare for a lovely owner. You know, our owners are very important to us here at Arrowfield, and the gentleman who owns that mare is a lovely, understanding owner, so it's great to get this result for him. Amazing story, Redute's Choice. What a renaissance man he was right towards the end of his career to producing horses like the Autumn Sun. There are other stallions out there that achieve that, but they're few and far between. So this last crop of the Redute's Choice stock is so important and very exciting.
And it's Carry On Alice running strongly. He's going to win it.
We have a South African mare we had a look at as well, Carry On Alice, and she has a Schnitzel colt, and of course we know now the triple champion Australian sire. A really nice, solid, sprinty sort of foal, exactly what you would expect.
He's a lovely, lovely colt, and he doesn't know the weight that he carries. He's by a champion, out of a champion. She really was. You know, she won 11 of her starts, 5 of them at Group 1 level. She's quite special, and of course she's from a Roberto line, which we know nicks very well with the Danehill line. So yes, it's all there, it's up to him.
And later Gator, the More Than Ready mare, so this is from the great Denise's Joy family, and a Schnitzel filly. So again, you're linking up a different sort of pedigree match up there.
Yeah, it's the Danehill and the Halo line through More Than Ready is a pretty good line, and she's got a bit of substance for a More Than Ready, and the foal's very nice, high quality.
Royal Tithe, now this is an interesting one. A Showa Heart mare, she won the Ken Russell Memorial, had a Schnitzel colt last year, so again you've gone back to Schnitzel for this year.
It seems to be a nick that's working quite well. She's leaving us very good foals, you know. She's quite a strong mare herself, and the stock that she's producing is correct and certainly, you know, ticks a lot of the boxes what people are looking for.
Matt, of course, we've had some rain in the last 24 hours here at Arrowfield, and the paddocks are looking fantastic now. I mean, it's obviously been very dry, but it's really important, I guess, to get these young foals out with their mums in the fresh air at this stage of life.
Well, the rain has been very welcome. Obviously, it's very dry in the region, but at this stage in the horse's development, you know, the foals are actually consuming somewhere around 20% of their own body weight in mare's milk. So the mares really have to work hard. So getting a bit of pasture to help that lactation along is very helpful.
And what are they doing at this stage? I mean, is it just sort of drinking mum's milk and having a frolic and a play and getting stronger? Is that pretty much all of what life is about for these foals?
Pretty much, Caroline, yes. It's, you know, as you can see, as they develop, these foals behind me, they're about a month of age now. Incredible how the weight that they've gained and how they grow in that first month of life, but they need the space to develop. They're interacting with each other, they're playing, they're rough housing, a little bit too rough sometimes, especially the colts, but just out running around and developing and strengthening. But at this age, they're more or less left the same. That said, there will be always the individual, the playground bully, so anyone who gets a bit rough, they're removed and put in another area.
And the mares too, I guess it's important for you to work out which mares actually get on, because that's part of the socialisation process too.
Well, from a management point of view, Caroline, you generally keep your mares in groups of around 10. That's all just from managing the numbers and also disease control and so on and so forth. It's just good management. A lot of these mares will have come through as a group and stayed in the system as a group prior to foaling. And of course then, if they actually oblige and foal to the due date, they'll stay together. So they've been well acquainted for a long period of time.
They do get so upset, don't they, mares, when they leave their mate? So at least, and they do recognise each other, don't they?
Oh, terribly! They can be terribly dependent on each other, which can be quite problematic at times. I mean, there are those mares that can't go and do anything unless their mate is within sight or with them. But no, generally the way that Arrowfield's laid out, everything's in close proximity, so there's never that need to segregate them too much.
So still a few more months to go of the season, and you know, it's just so important, isn't it, these mares, their health, and making sure they get through this season and keep going forwards with the new foals for next year.
Absolutely, it's no small task. Kerry Stevens and Nigel Bentley and the team, they put massive effort into managing the broodmare band, which is so important to us. I mean, much is spoken about the stallions and their importance, and yes, that's obvious, that's true, but the broodmares are really what makes the stallions, so a lot of effort goes into managing them as a team. It's been lovely to show you some of our younger mares that are coming through, and we've got a lot of very exciting young mares coming online, that is, about to have foals, and we're very excited about the future here with our broodmare band.